Well, we've passed the 12-week stage, by which time I was supposed to have socialised him with 100 people, including 20 children, who were all supposed to have been invited to my house and encouraged to make him sit and lie and stay for a biscuit. And now, in this aim, I have signally failed. But on the other hand, he has met a number of people, and he has always greeted them with great enthusiasm. So there's hope for him yet. Well, he's supposed to be immune from all the bugs now, and he's got his microchip. We've been out on the road a couple of times, on the pavement or sidewalk, and once or twice it has seemed as though he's been following by my side and doing a nice little heel. Ow! Too late there. Most of the time he's just too excited. He wants to sniff everything, he wants to jump, and I make him sit at regular intervals, and as soon as I say let's go, he's jumping and pulling on the lead. And also his collar's getting a bit tight. He's grown, and I think I might get him one of those harness things so I don't jerk on his neck so much when he does this. Say hello to the camera, Patter. Hello. My mum came round yesterday. It's only the second time he's seen her. He was all over the place, jumping up, trying to chew on her skirt and her coat that she'd hung over the back of the chair. Well, we've been keeping coats out of reach, so he hasn't had much chance to do that. And I really need to stop him. So I started by shouting off, and then I graduated to yelling off. And I gave my mum more of a fright than the dog, I'm afraid. She's going to go around telling everybody, oh, Julia does shout at that dog. Well, anyway, after that, I decided to take a different tack, and as he was jumping up, I'd say off, and I'd pull him off. And then as he would lunge to go back, I picked him up, carried him outside, shut the door on him. And we're quite lucky to have a glass door so that he can see through the door what I'm doing. And I can see what he's doing. When he's sitting, I reach for the handle. If he starts to move, I take my hand away from the handle. So he can't come back in until he's sitting and completely calm, and he can't come through the door until the door's completely open. One of these days I'm going to squash him in the door, but still, it seemed to have the effect after a few repetitions, and he became calmer and stopped jumping up. So I'm going to try a bit more of that one. This is actually one of the nicest toys. This is a baby toy that I got from the charity shop. It's got a mirror, it's got crackly petals on this flower, and it's got a little cow with a rattle in it. My mum was quite shocked, I think, to see him humping his stuffed toy dog. Oh, Julia, look what he's doing. He's not sexually mature yet, is he? No, Mum. But I'd rather he humped the toy dog than my leg if he's going to hump anything. He's not neutered though, is he? Oh, no, he won't be neutered until he's 6 months old. But it's not really to do with sexual maturity. I'm afraid he's going to do it anyway. I've also been stepping up the withholding of food until he exhibits the desired behaviour. When I went to the puppy introduction class, I was taught this thing where you get the dog to watch you. At least I don't think I got the idea, because you're supposed to get him to watch your face while you put the bowl down. He will not watch my face while I put the bowl down. You can see his internal struggle going on. He's sort of turning his head a little bit towards me, and his eyes are rolling down to where the bowl is. But he is becoming much more controlled in the presence of food. And I was quite pleased just now that I managed to wipe up a puddle he'd done without him jumping on the rag or my arm or biting me, by holding one of my little biscuits over his nose and saying, sit, 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 sit. And he just sat there watching the biscuit while I wiped the puddle up with my other hand. So, one up to me.